Everybody, Justice Edward Smith, and you're about to hear a lot about the third court, if you're interested in this. But I ran for this position back in 2018. I've been on the bench since January 1, 2019. And when I ran, the court was supposed to be more Republican. There's six justices on the court, all Republicans. I won my race back in 18. Three of my colleagues won their races. Overnight, flipped to 4 Democrats, 2 Republicans. Each election since then, a Democratic prevailed. So now, as I talk to y'all today, the court is all Democratic, which I'm proud of that. I'm proud of what I did for my seat, what my colleagues did for their season, and what y'all did to help us flip those seats. Because in just 3 short elections, we flipped the court from all Republican to Democrat. So y'all should be proud of yourselves for that. Now, my time on the court, I've spent pretty over 550 opinions. I've settled many hundreds more. I've proven I can do the job. In fact, I'm the only candidate in this race with actual experience doing the job. I've been doing it for 5 years now. I've proven I can move my dockets. I've proven I can help my colleagues move their docket. Because the unique thing about the court is that everything happens intelligence-free, basically. So to be able to work efficiently and effectively, you have to be able to work with your colleagues. And I've proven I can do that, both to move my docket, but also to help them move their dockets. And so I'm going to step back from that and we'll talk about outside of the court. And so outside of the court, I stayed active in the community. I've donated my time and financial resources to numerous community organizations. I've also been a big believer in mentorship. Through the years, I've mentored high school students, college students, law school students, young professionals. I believe firsthand in the powerful impact of being a mentor to someone on the youth. And I say that because I believe as an elected official and public servant, I have a duty and obligation to be out in the community and give back where I can. So kind of separate from the official duties of my job on the court, but to be active in the community. And so I've tried to make sure I've been active in the community, a big advocate, be someone that when people see me in the community, they find out who I am and where I work, that they can be proud that I represent the court. And so I've tried to live my time on the court, and even before that, being active in the community. And so that's the reason why I'm running for re-election here, because I want to keep doing the good work I started back in 2018 when I ran, and the work I've been doing on the court since then. It's important work. It's fulfilling work. I love it. I treat everyone who comes to our court with fairness, impartiality, and integrity. I make sure everyone gets a chance to be heard. And so that's what I want to keep doing. And that's why I'm here today asking for your support, your vote in this upcoming election. Again, my name is Edward Smith with Third Court Appeals Place 2. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa Lorber, and I'm running for the Third Court of Appeals because I have experience and expertise that is needed on that court. I'm a former newspaper reporter who worked my way through undergrad and UT Law School writing for newspapers. And I'm currently the founding partner of a women majority law firm in Austin that has won awards for being one of the best places to work for working moms and for women lawyers, both causes which are very important to me because that's me, right? So most importantly, we're running to be an appellate court justice. And so for the past 22 years, I have worked as an appellate lawyer. I've earned board certification in civil appellate law as an expert in civil appellate law, which is a distinction that less than 0.5% of lawyers in Texas have earned. I've also, for each of the last 10 years, been named as a super lawyer in civil appeals, which I think I should get a cake at some point. So I've handled 300 appeals, representing clients in all types of civil cases in 300 cases. I also regularly present oral arguments in the Texas Supreme Court, the Fifth Circuit, and the courts of appeals across Texas. And in comparison, the other people in this race have no more than 5 appeals and have never presented an appellate oral argument. So on the third court right now, we have justices who are very experienced in criminal law and family law and juvenile law and child rights law. We don't have someone like me who has dedicated their entire career to representing clients in the appellate courts, or who has the type of broad civil administrative litigation background that I do. Okay, I'm not just an appellate nerd, there's more to me too. So for the past 20 years, I have been raising 3 kids. My oldest is, my son works in AmeriCorps in Dallas. My older daughter is a UT senior in the marching band, and my younger daughter is a high school athlete in Austin ISD. I've also for 20 years been a community volunteer, including all 20 of those years as a volunteer for CASA, Travis County, advocating for abused and neglected children, and many years on the grants leadership team for Impact Austin, which is a women's grant giving organization that gives grants across Central Texas. So I have also, after 20 years, finally paid off my student loans. So I am ready to leave private practice and to give back and give my experience and expertise to the Third Court of Appeals. I'm also ready to beat our Republican challenger. We have a Republican in this race, and he also is an experienced appellate lawyer. But I am the candidate who can meet and can exceed his qualifications. The third court decides very important and hard questions, and it's the last word for most cases in Central Texas. So I think everyone benefits if we have the most qualified justices on that court. So I ask for your support and your vote, and thank you. I look forward to answering questions afterwards.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maggie Ellis, and I'm also running for the Third Court of Appeals Place 2. I know many of you, I think I've been a member of KBAG for about 3.5 years now. I met most of you at Judge Tibby's house when she hosted a wonderful gathering. So the third court and the appellate courts are important to all of us, especially me. They exonerate wrongfully convicted individuals. In the early 1970s, they gave us the right to an abortion, which they recently took away and gave to the states, and we know the effect of that here in Texas. They gave us the right to a national gay marriage, which is personally important to me. If I'm elected to this seat, I'll be the first openly gay woman to ever serve as an appellate justice in the entire state of Texas. So about me and why I'm running. I grew up very transient, and we were homeless. We lived in our car, we lived in parking lots, we lived in rest areas. We collected bottles at night so we could eat bologna the next day. When I was 10 years old, my mom stopped taking us to school. And when I was 11 and a half, we were living in our car in New Mexico. I begged her to put me back in school. She brought me home to Texas. She left me at a gas station with $5 and drove away. I didn't see her again for 11 years until I was 22 years old. I was a single mom with a 2-year-old, an infant, and I was raising my baby sister all by myself with no help from anyone. Out of the blue, she came to visit. She stayed for a couple of days and stole everything we owned, our rent money. And the reason I tell you this is because from that, I put myself in school. I got my little sister through high school. It took me 16 years. I got my degree from UT as a teacher, and then I was a foster mom. And then something I could never have imagined, I went to law school. I drove back and forth from Austin to Waco as a single mom, 4 teenagers, to get my law degree and advocate for kids and families. I have practiced in 5 of the counties the third court covers. I have represented and defended people who are at risk of losing their liberty, their children, their homes. I've been the voice for victims in cases involving murder and sexual assault and aggravated robbery as a prosecutor in Chaves County. And I was appointed as a judge presiding over federal education law cases. I bring both civil and criminal experience. I'm the only woman now in the entire state of Texas of over 100,000 attorneys who's nationally certified in child welfare law and state board certified in juvenile law. And this matters because the most important cases, and the majority of the cases this court hears, are those involving a person's liberty and a child's life. I've been awarded here in Hays County. I received the Hays County Pro Bono Hero Award for the work that I've done. I've done so much volunteering work with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. I have been endorsed by the University of Texas Democrats, by the Central Labor Council, which is the Central Texas group of unions representing our teachers, our letter carriers, our plumbers and pipe fitters. I have been endorsed by the only Democratic commissioner in all of Williamson County. I would also love to get your support. Thank you so much.